What is up, everybody? It is Warpath 2 or Adam, and today I'm going to be talking about the Ghost multiplayer reveal. So this might actually be two videos because there was a lot of crazy stuff, and I took some pretty detailed notes, which sounds really fucking nerdy, but whatever. I don't care. But anyways, there's a lot of crazy stuff that was announced today. They took a huge look at multiplayer, and actually, to my surprise and to my delight, they actually went in depth on the multiplayer, which is really awesome. So I'm going to talk to you guys about a lot of stuff, and then hopefully give you some information you may not have heard of already. So I want to talk about just a couple things right off the bat here. So the big kind of theme they're giving here is that don't be afraid to get it when it comes out, because I think they're worried about the Xbox 360 sales. That if you get it, as long as you're linked to your Elite account, everything's going to transfer over, which is smart. That's really smart of them. That's going to include your stats, your customization, your loadouts. All of that moves over to the Xbox One or PS4 if you do that. And this also will link DLC packs. So let's say you went out and got the Season Pass or the Hardened Edition, which comes with the DLC, Prestige Mode as well, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Both of those will carry the Season Pass over, which is really cool. So that's going to be 4 DLC packs plus a Team Leader Squad digital pack that I'll touch on a little bit more. But both of those will all carry over, and that's really smart. So, just so you know what you get with the Prestige and Hardened Editions. So first, let's talk about the Hardened Edition. This is going to come in at $120 US. This is going to come with a special military-style paracord strap. Call of Duty Ghost Season Pass, which is awesome. I'm glad they brought that back. Downloadable bonus multiplayer map, the Freefall, which I'm kind of shocked they didn't show anything for since they've been really hyping it up. But anyways, really cool. You also get a Ghost Insignia pack, including like a player patch, player card, background. I'm guessing the patches are going to go on the uniform. I would just assume that. And then Call of Duty digital soundtrack thing. I don't really care about that. Let's talk about the Prestige Edition. Now, really the only difference between this is going to be in the price, number one, which is clocking in at $200, which is insane. But what this comes with is a 1080p tactical camera. That means it can be strapped or mounted with multiple attachments and a rechargeable battery, which is cool. I don't know. To me, that's not worth the $200. So that's just basic about the game. Let's get into some of the multiplayer stuff. Holy balls, they gave us a lot of information. It's really cool. They didn't go into a lot of details about guns, perks, or kill streaks or things like that, but they did kind of overhaul a lot of things. So first of all, the biggest thing that people are going to be talking about is the Create a Soldier option. It's really cool that you can now create a custom soldier. It's no longer just based on the perks you pick or the weapon you pick, but a custom soldier. You can change the uniform, head, body type. I'm going to assume the uniform covers camo. There's a lot of stuff there, and there's 20,000 combinations of things you can be. What's really cool, though, is for the first time ever, Call of Duty allows you to play as a female character. Now, that's not such a huge deal for me, but I have a lot of girl gamer friends that are going to love this. They think it's really awesome that you can finally be a girl in Call of Duty, and to be honest, it's way past due. There's women in the battlefield in multiple countries. It's not just one thing or another, but it's really awesome that they brought this in. Now, I also want to talk about the loadouts real quick, since this kind of goes hand in hand with your character. It's going to be a modified version of the Pick 10, so attachments and kill streaks are free in this version, meaning that they don't cost you points. But it's Pick 10, but it's the same thing based on a point value. It looks like the point value is closer to like 50 or something like that, and each individual item is going to cost points. So they'll talk more about that, but you're going to see something like, for example, a gun may have a point value, a primary weapon of 8 points. And that's going to count towards your overall total. Once you hit that max, that's all you can equip. Perks are going to be even a bigger part of this. So apparently, I just did a little bit of looking here. There's going to be a huge section of perks in this game. Actually, I think I counted out, and I think there's like 35 perks that are going to be available for this that I just saw on the little video preview. And each one of these is assigned the same way, so each one has a point value. This has its own separate point system, I guess, which is 8. So you can do a total of, depending on the points, up to 8 perks in some situations. So for an example, points on perks are assigned 1 through 5. So you can do 2 perks that are 4 points each, or you can do 8 perks that are 1 point each. And then if you get rid of your secondary and your tactical equipment, or I guess just your equipment in general, you can have up to 11 points on that. So that could be crazy. That's like specialist, but all the time. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know how that's going to really play out, but I feel like there's going to be... I have this suspicion that there's going to be some really crazy high point value perks that are just going to be absolute bullshit. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, but it's a good system. It's something that they need to institute and something that I've talked about before in the past. Now with this, I want to talk about the unlock and kind of progression system. So this goes hand in hand with loadouts, customization, and everything, and they're doing it, I think, what is going to be the smartest way to do it. Something I've been talking about for a while, and that's going to be XP going towards what's like a squad points, or in this system a COD points type situation, where you have an overall point value that you get for things, and each item has an assigned point value. The real twist here, and the thing that I think they've done smart in this game, is instead of making you wait till a certain level to unlock something, you can unlock whatever weapon you have once you have the squad points for it. So if, let's say, you want this awesome beast sniper rifle and it costs X amount of squad points, once you get those points, you don't have to wait to be level 45 to use it. You can just go ahead and unlock it, and that gives you a better sense of freedom, and I think that's really cool. That's something that's absolutely necessary for this game. And then with this, it's a little bit weird. So you now, with the squad points and things like that, instead of choosing individual classes, you have a squad you create, essentially. So 10 characters you create, which I don't know how that's going to play out. That's a little bit weird, but it's interesting. And so it's up to 10 soldiers, and this is how you prestige now. Each individual soldier has to prestige. So you don't just take one soldier through every single prestige, up to 10 prestiges. There's going to be 10 soldiers. Each one gets to prestige once. So there's a lot more I want to cover. I'm going to actually take this into another video. I'm going to do a part 2 for this because I'm already almost at 7 minutes. So I'm going to put an annotation on the screen if you guys want to find out some more about kill streaks, some new guns, game modes, and a couple of other things. I'm going to cover all that in the next video. Once again, I'm Warpath 2 Adam. You guys take it easy.